What it do, what it do, what it do. Y'all, it is your girl, I am Sip Love, and we are back again with another episode, of course. So this next guest is definitely similar, of course, to one I'm from again. So, of course, I have another guest from Mississippi, y'all, because duh. So without further ado, I'm going to let him introduce himself, and we're going to go forward from there. Let's get it. What's your name and where you from?
I go by the name of Swiffnotez. I'm from West Point, Mississippi.
Ooh, another Mississippian in the house represent. Okay, so on my podcast, I start off with the question. Okay, the same question. What 4 states do you classify the deep down south?
Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Louisiana.
See, he got it right on the first try. All your other people out there talking about some Texas and Florida. How you feel about Texas and Florida? Like, do you think, because you said your top 4, but a lot of people be thinking Texas and Florida is deep south as well.
The white people took the United States and they took Texas too.
Yeah.
It belonged to the Mexicans.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so how was life like growing up in your deep south area?
I was fortunate enough to catch the last of the 90s, so like it was a real era. So I mean, I gained a lot of knowledge and wisdom in that time. I kind of miss it though.
Yeah. Okay, did you grow up in a 2-parent household or one?
1-parent household.
So how was that, especially during your era?
It was pretty tough. It was kind of like in the era of the crack boom. So, you know, you got a lot of crack babies.
Yeah.
That time, everybody smoking crack.
Like young Dr. Crack baby, yeah.
Yeah, though. But, you know, it was definitely an experience, though. I wouldn't trade it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what music genre did you grow up really listening to?
I grew up listening to R&B. My mom used to cook a lot, so she always had R&B playing in the kitchen as she cooked. So
Yeah.
that's how I kind of gravitated to it.
Okay, so you can agree that kind of made an influence in your life, right?
Yeah, I ended up getting separated from my mother when I was about 10 years old. And I kind of went through the system, so music was more so like, you know, my kryptonite in that era.
And how was that being in the system, especially as like a down south kid? Were you in the system in Mississippi?
Yes.
Okay, now can you explain that to me? Because I haven't really known anyone to be in the system really in Mississippi. Are you able to share that experience with us?
Oh, sure. Well, my mother was a user at that time.
Okay.
And, of course, we went from living, in a house with no lights, no water, going to school, same way. And one day DHS showed up, took us off. You know, my brother and my sister went to our neighbors, which happened to be my aunt on my father's side. They had no relation to my brother and sister. And I ended up going with my father, but after I had some issues with my father, and I ended up going to a boys' home. And from the boys' home, I ended up, my aunt and my uncle actually adopted me. So, yeah. And
Okay.
I turned 18 at the time, and I moved back home with my mother.
Okay. So you end up being brought in by your aunties and uncles.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. That's
Yes.
great. Okay, so now the generation with guys now in Mississippi versus then, are you able to kind of speak on that correlation or that jump as far as like how young guys was in the streets? Like, were you around that a little bit even while being in the system?
Man, I'm going to tell you something about that. It's just, man, I'm just in awe still, though, just to see how it started and what it actually stood for and what the street actually did for the community, seeing what it is now. Like, we just out here. Like, a lot of people don't know, like, back in the day, like, you might be on the block and you selling dope, but this nigga pay for everybody light bill. They pay for everybody groceries. They made sure that the community was kept, and it was also our structure. And to take it even farther back in history, this is how most of the black people that's in office got in office,
Yeah.
through drug money.
Yeah.
But it was the only type of, funds that we had at hand, and we can get it at demand. So to see it now, it's just like it ain't no purpose, ain't nobody standing for nothing, like you said. We just out here.
And what do you think Mississippi is known for? Whether it's like positive, negative, because we have things that are known positive, but we also have things that are known negative. Like, for example, we've had for a while the highest rate of homicide. So how do you feel about that, positive and negative wise, as far as what is Mississippi known for?
Okay, so on a good note, the Mississippi, we known for what we got our name for. We the hospitality state,
Period.
We'll invite you over, we'll feed you, get you fucked up, treat you like you ain't no stranger.
family,
you feel me?
yeah.
But on the flip side, like I said though, it just a lot of these young men out here really don't have no guidance. So I mean, of course, the homicide rate went up. Single family households went up. Like, it's just no opportunity, lack of opportunities was also the reason that I moved to Georgia. I mean, it's nothing but furniture factories and, Toyota if you can pass a drug test though. But
Yeah.
like,
Amazon.
yeah.
So I'm glad that we kind of in this area. I want to keep us in this area a little bit because we are
Okay.
really in the area of politics. You know, we got Trump and we got the VB Kamala. So what do you consider black job?
What do I consider a black job? A black job that it was owned and created by a black person.
Okay, now you got to explain that.
So
Like an example of a black job.
This is probably gonna make some people mad, but when Martin Luther King started the civil rights movement, well, I didn't say he necessarily started the civil rights movement, but he was a big spearhead in the civil rights movement. What he did crippled the black people. But he actually apologized for that on national TV. He said he led his people into a burning building, and that entire civil rights movement that got rid of all the black businesses, your black owned cabs, your black owned bus lines, your black owned restaurants, gas stations, grocery stores, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And it's just and as far as now today, the learning is we have to learn how to stick together, and in order for us to be able to have that support, like equal support, and keeping our dollar within our community by supporting our black businesses. And this is what I see as a black business. It could be the lady that sells snow cones to the kids, or I met a guy a couple weeks ago who got his own water bottle company. We provided a substantial amount of things for ourselves already. There were numerous Black Wall Streets, so there's no limit to what we can and what we can't do.
Okay, so we spoke a little history about Mississippi, and then we got into some black jobs. Now let's focus back on you as far as transitioning to Atlanta. When did you do it?
October 2019, September 2019.
September. So that was just a couple of years ago, not too long ago. Okay, so how was that transition, especially from being from Mississippi? Like, what was the first thing you did when you got to Atlanta? And why did you come to Atlanta?
I was already pursuing music because I was somewhat back and forth, and I got into some trouble. I prayed about it, and then God was like, just set a date and leave.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I left. I came down here with nothing, absolutely, like $350 in my pocket. I stayed in a extended stay hotel for about 2 months, and a year and a half later, I had my first house built.
Okay,
got a wife,
congrats.
newborn.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, now how did you get into the music career?
So I was already doing music before I actually came to Georgia. I was doing Southern Soul Blues. So I actually got to tour with Pokey Bear, Trey Williams, Calvin Richardson, Urban Mystic. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
People like that. So I was already on the scene though, but I was naturally an R&B singer though. I couldn't really get with the singing to my auntie.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So you say that you have like this Southern soul. So is that what you would describe like your genre?
No, I do R&B.
R&B. Okay, so what's one word that you would describe your flow, your specific flow? Because we got Southern soul, we got R&B, but like, what's another word that you would describe?
I would say diverse.
I like that. Okay, and do you have any future collabs, or what are you currently working on?
So as of right now, I am working on my EP, and no collabs at this moment. I am working on collabs, but not on my own personal collabs. I feel like not on my own personal project, because I feel like it should just be all about me.
Yeah. Okay, and what do you want to see in the music industry happening in this today generation? Because it's a lot of things happening in the music industry. So what is something that you want to see, especially as a musician? I
want to see the real R&B come back. I want to see the
what era are we talking about as far as the real R&B? Like, what's that era?
I'm gonna say 2000s to 2015 maybe.
Yeah.
And I remember we used to go to the skate rink and everybody I know we call it hunching, but you hunch on your girlfriend all night. Y'all dancing, the skate rink, dance on the wall. Like, everybody just having fun, you know what I'm saying? Innocent fun, though. But, I kind of want to bring back that era. Like,
one advice that you would just say for someone that's out there that want to pursue the music industry, maybe from Mississippi or just any down south area and don't know where to start?
For a long time on that road, it's going to be just you until the people that are for you come along.
Okay, so tell the people where they can find you before we end and how they can keep up with you and things of that nature.
Okay, so you can find me at Swiffnotez with a SWIFFNOTEZ on all platforms.
Yes. Okay, period. Now, before y'all end, y'all already know what I'm about to say. We about to do a little trivia. He don't know about it, but it is called Know Yourself, okay? So y'all give us 2 seconds. We'll be right back. Okay, y'all. So this game is called Know Your Style. Okay, so this is just a little fun game that I kind of been creating. So we're gonna hop right into it. Okay, so basically the object of this game is I'm gonna say the phrase, and then I want you to repeat it back to me. Do you think you got a country accent? Cause I know I do.
Law, I'm so country. I ain't broke in yet.
You
though.
ready?
Yeah.
Okay. She sells seashells by the seashore.
She sells seashells by the show.
Try it one more time. I'm messing up too. Okay. She sells seashells by the seashore.
She sells seashells by the shore. By the seashore.
There you go.
Okay, I got you. Okay, I got you.
The next one. Can.
Like CAN? Mm-hmm. And CANED?
CANNED, yep. So the first one is CANN.
Is that a word?
CANNED, and then the second one is CAN.
Oh, I'm canned. Okay. Canned.
Okay.
Okay.
Got that. A proper copper coffee pot.
A proper copper coffee pot.
What?
A proper coffee pot. Oh, sorry.
A proper copper coffee pot.
A proper copper coffee pot.
5 bowls of boiling oil.
5 bowls of boiling oil.
Okay, so you said oil good because Louisiana, they be saying like Earl or whatever. Yeah. But I feel like we just say oil. Right?
Yeah,
you think we say oil country?
There's just certain words that you say, like sometimes. I mean, the thing about country slang is that sometimes you ain't got time to pronounce all the words. You just run it all together.
And then we be talking so fast, people don't really understand what we be saying.
So, like you say, instead of you saying "get over here," you say "get on."
Exactly.
Yeah,
up here.
You know what
I
I'm
understand you, but I don't think they understand you.
You're like, what?
Last but not least, tell the people anything that you want for them to know. It could be about your music, what you got coming out, or it can just be anything what you got going in life, or maybe some words of encouragement.
Swiffnotez Your Lover on all platforms. No matter what happens in life, just keep going. Let it roll off your back.
Okay, yeah, roll off your back. All right, and be sure to follow the podcast on Instagram, Dirty South Network, and keep up Apple Podcasts and YouTube. Love My Dirty South Podcast. All right, y'all. Thanks y'all for tuning in. Peace.